There is a hidden vitamin that can help to melt away plaque and restore healthy blood flow to your tired, aching legs. But 99% of the people who try to use it get it wrong. They choose the wrong form, they fear a harmless and temporary reaction, or they miss the simple daily habits that can amplify its effects. Today, we are not just telling you about niacin. We are holding a masterclass to reveal the 5 essential truths that could change your life. Welcome back to Healthier Daily, the channel where we give you the simple, science-backed truths to live a stronger and more independent life after 60. I'm your host, Dr. Ben Carter, and to be our lead instructor in this important masterclass, we are joined by a physician who has spent his life teaching the importance of using natural remedies with both wisdom and with precision. It is our great honor to welcome Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara.
Thank you for having me, Ben. A powerful tool requires great wisdom to be used correctly. And niacin, which is also known as vitamin B3, is a very powerful tool. Without the right knowledge, it can be ineffective or it can be uncomfortable for the user. But with the right knowledge, it can be a profound healer for the entire circulatory system.
And that is exactly what our masterclass is about today. In this detailed guide, Dr. Hinohara is going to guide us through the 5 essential truths of niacin. We will learn about its true purpose for our circulation, which goes far beyond just cholesterol. We will explore the very different forms of niacin and which one you must choose. We will uncover the surprising truth about the famous niacin flush. We will discover the best and safest food sources. And finally, we will learn the simple morning ritual that can amplify its incredible power. It is a true blessing to have this deep scientific understanding to be able to use the gifts of nature with such wisdom and care. If you are ready to become an expert on this powerful vitamin and learn how to use it safely to improve your circulation, please type the number 1 in the comments below. And be sure to subscribe to our channel. It's completely free. And this is a deep dive you will not want to miss. Okay, doctor, the masterclass is now in session. Let's begin with truth number 1. Most people who have heard of the vitamin niacin only associate it with one thing helping to lower cholesterol. What is the real job, the true purpose of niacin that we are focusing on in our conversation today?
Yes. While it is very true that niacin can be helpful for managing cholesterol levels, the great benefit that we are talking about today, the benefit for your tired, aching, and heavy legs, is all about circulation. Niacin is one of the most powerful and one of the most reliable natural tools that we have for helping to open up our blood vessels and to improve the flow of our blood.
That's exactly right. And niacin has 2 powerful and very distinct effects that help our circulation. First is the source text notes. It is a potent vasodilator. This is a scientific term that means it helps to increase the physical diameter of your blood vessels, especially the small capillaries in your extremities, like your legs and your feet. This allows more warm oxygen-rich blood to flow through them freely and easily. And second, the landmark study that was published in Circulation Research demonstrated that niacin also helps to increase the body's natural production of a very important and very protective protein called adiponectin. Adiponectin helps to reduce the chronic inflammation that can happen in the walls of your blood vessels, and this allows them to remain flexible and strong. So with niacin, you are getting 2 wonderful benefits. At the same time, you are helping to open up the pipes and you are also helping to heal the pipes themselves. Now, this is a critical first truth, but this brings us to the second and perhaps the most important truth of our entire masterclass today. This is the place where almost everyone gets it wrong. Truth number 2, not all niacin is the same.
This is the source of so much confusion for so many people. It is a very important distinction. I had a patient, a very well-informed woman, who had read about the many benefits of niacin for improving circulation. She went to the health food store, and she bought a bottle of niacin. She was very diligent. She took it every single day for 3 months. But she came back to me and she told me she felt absolutely no difference in her cold feet or in her leg cramps. She was very frustrated. When she brought the bottle in for me to see, I saw the problem immediately. The label on the bottle said niacinamide. And while niacinamide is a form of vitamin B3, it does not have the same effect on our circulation. She was using the wrong tool for the job.
That is such a common and a very unfortunate mistake. Let's make this very, very clear for our viewers because this one piece of knowledge is the key to getting results. There are 3 main forms of niacin that you will see in the store, and they all act very differently in the body. The first form, and the only one that we are focusing on today for improving circulation, is called nicotinic acid. This is the true active form of niacin that has the powerful vasodilating effect on our blood vessels. This is the form that has been shown in all the scientific studies to open up the blood vessels. This is also the form that can cause the famous niacin flush, which we will talk about in great detail in our next section. The second form, the one that your patient was taking, is niacinamide. This form does not cause a flush, which is why many people prefer to buy it. And it is very good for other things like skin health and for cellular energy metabolism. But it does not have the same powerful effect on your blood vessels. It is not an effective tool for improving circulation. And the third form is often sold with the name flush-free or no-flush niacin. Its chemical name is inositol hexanocatenate. And again, while it is true that it does not cause a flush, the scientific research shows that it has a very limited and a very unreliable effect on improving circulation when it is compared to the true nicotinic acid form.
So the lesson from truth number 2 is very simple and very clear. If your goal is to improve the blood flow in your legs, you must choose the nicotinic acid form of niacin. The other forms will simply not do the job you want them to do.
It is a wonderful example of how precision and deep knowledge are a blessed and an essential part of the healing journey. So, Doctor, the key takeaway from our last section is an absolutely critical one. For the purpose of improving circulation, we must choose the nicotinic acid form of niacin. But this is the very form that causes the famous and often feared niacin flush. This brings us to truth number 3, and this is a huge one. So many people experience this flush, they get scared, and they immediately stop taking the supplement, thinking that they are having a dangerous allergic reaction.
That is the great myth, and it is the one thing that prevents so many people from getting the profound benefits of this vitamin. I must be very clear with everyone watching. The niacin flush is not an allergic reaction. It is not dangerous for most people. In fact, it is a clear and visible sign that the medicine is working and is powerfully opening up your blood vessels. And this brings me back to the story of my patient, the woman who was taking the wrong form of niacin, the niacinamide, and was feeling no results. Once I explained this distinction to her, we worked with her doctor and we switched her to a very small starting dose of the correct nicotinic acid form. The first time she took it, about 20 minutes later, she experienced a mild, warm, and slightly itchy flush on her face and her arms. But because she now understood what it was, she was not afraid. She saw it as a positive sign, a sign of healing. And within a few weeks of this new protocol, she began to feel the wonderful, deep warmth returning to her cold feet for the first time in years. For her understanding, the flush was the key to her success.
That is such an empowering story. It transforms a fear into a sign of hope. Let's explain to our viewers the exact science of what is happening in the body during a niacin flush, so they are no longer afraid of it. When you take a dose of nicotinic acid, it is absorbed into your body and it binds to a specific receptor that is found on the surface of your skin cells. This receptor is called the GPR109A receptor. This binding action causes the cells to release natural compounds called prostaglandins, specifically prostaglandin D2 and prostaglandin E2. It is these prostaglandins that then send a powerful signal to the tiny capillaries in your skin to dilate or to open up very, very rapidly. This sudden and dramatic rush of warm oxygen-rich blood to the surface of your skin is what creates the red, the warm, and sometimes the itchy feeling of the flush. It is a direct and a very visible sign of increased circulation happening right before your eyes. It is your body telling you that the vitamin is doing its job.
It is a sign that the river is beginning to flow again.
Exactly. Now, doctor, even though we know that it is safe, it can still be an uncomfortable feeling for some people. What is your wise advice for managing and for minimizing the flush, especially when a person is first starting?
There are 4 very simple rules to make this process very gentle and very comfortable. The first and most important rule is to start low and go slow. You should never begin with a high 500 milligram pill of niacin. That will be very uncomfortable. You can start with a very, very low dose, as little as 50 or 100 milligrams, and you can let your body adapt slowly over several weeks before you consider increasing it with your doctor. The second rule is that you should always take your niacin with a meal. Having food in your stomach, especially a meal that contains some healthy fat, will slow down the absorption of the niacin and can make the flush much, much less intense.
And what is the third tip, doctor? I know this is one that doctors have recommended for many years.
The third tip is a very effective one. You can, with your own doctor's approval, take a simple low-dose aspirin about 30 minutes before you take your niacin. The aspirin works by blocking that prostaglandin response that Ben explained, and it can significantly reduce the intensity of the flush. And the final rule is simply to be consistent. The body is very intelligent, and it is very adaptable. For most people, when they take their niacin consistently every single day, the intensity of the flush will lessen and often will disappear completely over time as their body gets used to it.
That is a complete and a very compassionate guide to using this powerful tool. It is a wonderful example of how, when we are blessed with a deep understanding, we can turn a fear into a sign of hope. And we love sharing this kind of deep, empowering knowledge with our community all around the world. To help us see our global community, please let us know what city, state, or country you are watching from. We love hearing from all of you. Doctor, that complete explanation of the niacin flush is so incredibly empowering. It turns something that people fear into a positive sign of healing and increased circulation. Now that we understand the right form of the supplement and how to use it safely, let's talk about the lifestyle that supports its powerful work. This brings us to truth number 4, food is the foundation.
Yes, a supplement, no matter how powerful it is, should always be just that, a supplement to a healthy, nourishing diet. It is never a replacement for one. The gentlest, safest, and most traditional way to get your niacin is always from your food. A diet that is naturally rich in niacin provides your body with a steady, balanced supply of this important vitamin, and it creates a wonderful and a very resilient foundation for your overall health.
So what are the best, most niacin-rich foods that our viewers should be focusing on adding to their plates?
The richest food sources of natural niacin are often our high-quality proteins. Foods like chicken breast, especially the dark meat turkey, and the wonderful fatty fish like wild salmon and tuna, are all excellent sources. For those who enjoy plant-based options, peanuts, natural peanut butter, and mushrooms, especially the large portobello mushrooms, are also very good choices. And other supportive sources include healthy foods like avocados, green peas, and whole grain brown rice.
And when we get our niacin from these beautiful whole foods, it always comes in a complex and an intelligent package. It is naturally balanced with all of the other B vitamins, minerals, and enzymes that the body needs to be able to use it properly. As you always say, doctor, it is always a team effort inside the body. Now that brings us to our final and very exciting truth for today. This is a way to make all of that wonderful niacin, whether it is coming from your food or from a wise supplement, work even better in your body. Let's talk about truth number 5. Movement is the amplifier. Doctor, the source text for our video today mentions a simple 8-minute morning ritual that can amplify the circulatory benefits of niacin by up to 43%. Can you please walk us through this progressive circulation activation routine?
Of course. This is a beautiful and a very gentle way to wake up your entire circulation system every single morning. You can do it right on the edge of your bed as soon as you wake up, before your feet even touch the floor. First, you will begin by rotating your ankles. You lift one foot slightly off the floor and you make large, slow circles with your ankle. You should do this 10 times in one direction and then 10 times in the other direction. Then you repeat the whole process with your other foot. Second, you will point and flex your feet. While you are sitting, you will point your toes away from your body as far as is comfortable for you. And then you will pull your toes back up toward your body, feeling a nice stretch and a contraction in your calf muscle. You should repeat this gentle pointing and flexing motion 10 times. Third, you will use your own hands to gently massage your calves. Always using upward strokes, you will gently but firmly massage from your ankle up towards your knee. You should spend about 2 minutes on each leg. This physically helps to move the stagnant blood that has pooled in your lower legs overnight. And finally, you will stand up holding on to something sturdy for support if you need to, and you will march gently in place. You should lift your knees as high as is comfortable for you for about 2 minutes. This engages all of the large muscles in your legs.
And the synergy here is just brilliant. Let's explain to our viewers exactly why this simple routine is so powerful. The niacin that you have consumed from your diet or your supplement is working chemically inside your body to help open up and to relax your blood vessels. This gentle movement routine then acts as the physical pump. It is that wonderful second heart of our calf muscles that we have talked about in other videos that physically pushes your blood through those newly opened vessels. You are getting a perfect 1-2 punch for your circulation. The niacin opens up the highway, and this gentle morning movement is what gets the traffic flowing freely. It is a wonderful and blessed combination of natural nourishment and mindful movement working together in perfect harmony to honor the way our bodies were designed to function. Doctor, this has been a true masterclass. You have given our viewers the 5 essential truths about niacin, turning it from a confusing and sometimes feared supplement into a powerful and understandable tool for improving blood flow. By understanding its true job for our circulation, choosing the right form, managing the flush, eating the right foods, and doing the simple morning ritual, we now have a complete protocol. This is a game-changing and very proactive approach to senior health. This knowledge gives our viewers real meaningful and science-backed steps that they can take to improve their blood flow and to fight back against the uncomfortable symptoms of poor circulation. This is a true cornerstone of a proactive senior health strategy, and it is one that is so often overlooked. It is a practical daily way to invest in your long-term blood flow and to help protect your mobility and your independence for all the years to come.
I want to leave you with this one final thought. Do not fear the niacin flush. You should fear the stagnation. With the deep knowledge that you have gained today, you can now use this simple, powerful vitamin with great wisdom and with great confidence to help your body to heal and to help your blood to flow freely again.
That is a beautiful and a very powerful message, Doctor. Fear the stagnation, not the flush. It's a wonderful reminder to be good stewards of our health by seeking a deep understanding of the blessed and powerful gifts that nature provides for us. And of course, the wisest first step is always to speak with your personal doctor or a registered dietitian before starting any new and powerful supplement like niacin. Please remember that our conversation today is for educational purposes and is not a substitute for the direct medical advice from your own trusted physician. If you found this masterclass empowering and helpful, please give this video a like so that others can find this vital information. And be sure to share it with a friend or a family member who you know might be struggling with circulation issues. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. It is completely free, and it ensures you will not miss our next practical, in-depth health guide. And for our community discussion today, we would love to know what was the most surprising truth about niacin that you learned in our masterclass today. Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for being with us. Be well, and may your health flow freely.